sequence where you multiply by a constant each time. Okay, so now I'm going to do a geometric series, right? So what do you think you do in a geometric series? Add the terms. Okay, so instead of having terms you have sums, right? So a geometric series is, right, okay, in a sequence we had a comma between the terms, okay, and we said we had term number. So for example, a geometric series, we'll start with 2, multiply by 3 is 6, multiply by 3 is 18, multiply by 3 is 54, etc. Right, that's a series, right? Or a sequence, a series is you add those, right? Okay, so you, instead of saying 2 plus 6 add 18, add 54, right? And for the series we had TNs, as in we had term number 1, term number 2, term number 3, etc. Right? For the series you have sum. So we have sum 1 is the sum of the first term. Right? Sum 2 is the sum of the first two terms. So the answer would be 8, wouldn't it? So S3 would be the sum of the first three terms and the answer would be 26. Sorry, apologies. Right, okay. So sum 3 would be 26, sum 4 would be 80, right, etc. Right? Okay, so for a series we have SNs, and for a sequence we have TNs, right? Okay, so there's a formula. So it's Sn is equal to A times 1 minus R to the power of n all over 1 minus R. And A is, as usual, the first term. And R is the common ratio, what we're multiplying by. So it's called the common ratio. Right, example 1. It's in the log tables, yes. Right, yeah. So example 1. Find the sum of the first 10 terms, find S10 of the series. Two plus 6, oh, that's the one I've just done. Look, I'll just do it again, it's fine. Plus 54 plus ... Okay. Right, okay, so all we're doing is filling in this, right, okay, A is the first term, so what's A? What's A? 2. R is the common ratio, what's the common ratio? 3, isn't it? You multiply by 3 every time, right, okay, and N, I'm looking for S10, so I might get Sn first just to show you the difference between them. So Sn, right, okay, is A times 1 minus R to the power of n all over 1 minus R, right? So that would be 2 times 1 minus 3 to the power of n all over 1 minus 3, okay? So that would be 2 times 1 minus 3 to the power of n divided by minus 2. And you can divide the 2 divided by minus 2 would be minus 1. So it's minus, I don't need to put the 1 into 1 minus 3 to the power of n, which would be minus 1 plus 3 to the power of n. That's it simplified. You probably don't need to simplify it, and you won't have to simplify it. Is that alright? Okay. So it just happened that these numbers divided. Sometimes they don't and you just leave it. Okay. As in, if this ended up as a 5 and this ended up as a 7, you just leave it as it is, right? Okay, they just happen to divide this time. Okay, then to finish it off, they actually asked me for S10. So that means into the answer, everywhere I see an n, put in a 10. So it's 1 plus minus 1 plus 3 to the power of 10. And I'll leave you figure out what that is, because, yeah. Is that alright? Does someone want to call out the answer just so for the notes? So it's a, no, it's not, it's a plus number. 59048. Okay, is that alright?
Can you zoom in a tiny bit?
Zoom in a tiny bit. I can zoom in as much as you like. Is that okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Right. Okay, example 2. I'll just freeze that a minute. Example 2. Are you ready for me? Right, okay. Find okay, so find the sum of the following series. Okay, so the series ends. It ends at 32. So it's not Sn, it's S10, 20, 50, we don't know. Okay, so we have to figure out what are they actually asking me for. So I have to figure out what term number, right? So you have to figure out what term number. Let's read term number. What term number is equal to 32? So is 32 term number 5, term number 6, term number 100? I don't know, right? Okay, so I have to use the term number formula. So the term number formula is AR to the power of n minus 1. I need to know when did that work out? At what n does that work out to be 32? Is that alright? So A, what's A? 1024 multiplied by R, what's R? 3? No, it's not. What's R? It's a half, is it? We're dividing by a half, aren't we? So that means we're dividing by 2, so that means we're multiplying by a half. So a half, you with me? To the power of n minus 1 equals 32. So that means that's divide, so that's a half to the power of n minus 1 equals 32 all over 124. So that would be a half to the power of n minus 1 equals 32 divided by 124. What would that be? Will someone do it on the calculator for me? Because 1 over 32, I'd say, is it? 1 over 32? Right. Now, so that means I'm moving up here next. Right? So that's 1 all over 2 to the power of n minus 1 equals 1 all over 2 to the power of 5. Right? Okay. So I can let 2 to the power of n minus 1 equals 2 to the power of 5 because they're both underneath line, so I can just knock off the 1 over and the 2 to the power of, right? So I can knock off that, so you get n minus 1 equals 5, so that means n equals 6. So that's term number 6. You could have probably kept multiplying because it's not that far up, but this is how we're learning the method as opposed to this actual sum, right? Okay, so that's term number 6. So this is term number 1, term number 2, and this is all the way up to term number 6. Is that okay? So term number 6. So we want to find S6. So the question really is find S6. In the last one they told me find S10. Here they said you figure out S what, right? So it's S6. So I'm looking for S6. So do you know what? They don't ask me for Sn, so I'll just go straight to filling it in. So the formula is A minus 1 times 1 minus r to the power of n times 1 minus r, right? Okay, and that would be A is 1024. 1 minus r to the power of n, r was a half, all to the power of n, it's term number 6. Okay, all to the power of 6. All over.
Excuse me please, if any sixth years have money for the graduation pendant, I bring it to reception now please.
All over 1 minus a half into the calculator with that and press equals. Someone might give me the answer. Anyone got a calculator? I love the way everyone puts their heads down and leaves someone. Olivia, have you the answer?
2016.
2016? Thank you. 2016, people. Right, are we good? Straightforward enough? Right, okay. One more example. Yes. Oh yeah, I need to do S infinity. Will I? Time. Do you know, I'm going to leave it at that for today, and we're going to do page 352. I just did question 1 and 2, so you're going to do 3 to 10. No, 10 I would do on Monday, Tuesday even, 3 to 9. Okay? So page 352, questions 3 to 9.